Here's a new anti-Trump ad from a group called Midas Touch. I believe that's how you pronounce it, although I could be wrong. Anyway, take a look and then we'll discuss.
My name is Jared Kushner. I am senior advisor to President Donald J. Trump.
One day he said, I want to come down and I want to have peace in the Middle East.
It's a perfectly qualified team.
How is that?
No, I was joking. The feeling in the room was thrilled.
The proposal crafted by President Trump's son-in-law was considered dead on arrival.
Ivanka Trump and Jared Kushner earned at least $82 million last year.
Jared Kushner was denied security clearance over concerns about foreign influence, private business interests.
Do you pose a grave national security concern to the country?
The curious coincidence of Jared Kushner's failure to secure an investment from Qatar before he advised Donald Trump to support the Saudis' damaging blockade against the country.
The Crown Prince is boasting that Kushner was, quote, in his pocket.
The coronavirus hitting all-time highs.
Unnamed White House officials have described your role as being something of running a shadow task force.
So PPE has been sporadic.
The notion of the federal stockpile was it's supposed to be our stockpile. It's not supposed to be state stockpiles that they then use.
Now more than 125,000 lives lost.
40 million people have lost their jobs.
The federal government rose to the challenge, and this is a great success story. The hope is that by July, the country's really rocking again.
Jared's done an outstanding job.
That was a pretty good ad. Now, I just want to say up front, I don't know who this Midas Touch group is. I'm always hesitant to cover stuff like this because you never know. Like with the Lincoln Project, they had a handful of good ads, but the Lincoln Project is run by neocon thugs and goons and criminals. Like it's anti-Trump current Republicans or anti-Trump former Republicans, but they're all neocons and they're all terrible. So yeah, they had a handful of good ads, but now you're seeing just how deranged they are with their red baiting of Trump, and they're like going all in on the Trump-Russia stuff, and it's just abysmal and pathetic. Now, I happen to know this group Midas Touch because I saw another one of their ads. They're also deranged with Russiagate conspiracy theory nonsense, and so I hate that this has infected Democratic politics so thoroughly that it's just like a default go-to for anybody involved in Democratic politics, that you have to be like, yeah, I think Trump's a Manchurian candidate. Oh, totally, he's run by Vladimir Putin. You sound like a bunch of idiots. This sounds just as stupid as birtherism did. Okay? It really does. I know that, that's not politically correct to say, but it's true. This is the Democratic version of Benghazi or the Democratic version of birtherism for sure. But look, I digress. Point is, on this specific ad, this is good. Why? Why is it so good? Guys, it's bread and butter. You know what I mean by that? I mean, it is painting Trump and Jared and his staff and his people as corrupt, nepotistic idiots. That's it. Oftentimes in politics, people tend to make things way too complicated. When you just gotta, it's like, the old Clinton strategy from back in the day. It's the economy, stupid. Or jobs. Like very simple, straightforward messages. This message is Trump put his son-in-law in charge of all this stuff. The guy's an idiot and doesn't know his ass from his elbow, to steal a phrase from my father. My dad used to say that all the time. He doesn't know his ass from his elbow. And this is all nepotism, and this is all corrupt. And he's got personal dealings. Him and Ivanka made $82 million in 1 year. I wonder if all that was on the up and up. As you're the head of many important negotiations in the government, you're dealing with all these different aspects of U.S. policy, and you made $82 million. Interesting. You shouldn't be allowed to make anything. If you're a public servant, you should be a public servant, full stop. They shouldn't have investments. They shouldn't have other jobs, other businesses. If you're a public servant, you should be a public servant, full stop, or else it's too ripe for corruption. So, and that's what happened. So, the underlying point here is, they're corrupt. They're nepotistic idiots. That lands. I don't care who you show that to. Even hardcore Republicans are going to go, yeah, it's kind of devastating. Now, they might still ignore it and outwardly not admit it, but inside they're like, yeah, that one hurts. Don't overcomplicate politics. Don't overcomplicate it. It's actually very simple. And one of my biggest issues with my fellow lefties is sometimes, keep it real, man, people on the left get lost up their own ass. They do. They love the smell of their own farts, and they love to, talk in a way where everyday people just don't understand what the hell you're saying. Why? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing that? Talk like a normal person. It'll get through. That's one of the most important things in politics, and it's one of the things the left does the least is just be a normie person, be an average person, talk like a regular person, and this hits that note. It hits the note of very simple. This is nepotism. These are idiots, and they're also massively corrupt. That's it. That's effective, man. That's effective. So anyway, that's my little spiel on this ad. More ads like this are going to help. And as always, my advice to Biden is just keep hiding in the basement because it's working.